takes a three. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a three at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
Couldn't agree more. That'll give them a nice little lift, I think, going into the next quarter.
And we're set to get started again. Big group substitution here for Cleveland. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Marquise Morris is out there with Jared Sullinger. Then it's Johnson. Then there's...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome to the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And folks, you can feel the fierceness, the intensity of this series setting the tone prior to Game 3. Our game tonight featuring the Cleveland Cavaliers as they go up against the Washington Wizards. And guys, for the Wizards, staggered after a resounding Game 2 loss, they'll try to regain their confidence and reclaim some momentum here in this vital Game 3. Well, after losing the first two games on the road, the alarm bells starting to sound. Would you agree, Kenny, that this is a crucial game for them if they're going to battle back in the series?
Yeah, some guys play.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. So on the floor for Cleveland, Curry in at point guard. Also Smart out there, and it's Dennis in at the 4.
Sticking too much.
Curry against Johnson. Smart puts the pick in for Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Cleveland moving it around. Morris with the rebound. Wizards trail by 15. Johnson outside. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Boy, they really started to come on here in the second.
Clark, it's about how much more focused they look offensively here. They're trying to make up some ground.
Nice shot by Smart.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
The Wizards have gone 7 for 10 here in the second quarter. They'd like to keep up that nice pace. Back to Johnson. A three-pointer is right on target. Johnson's got 7.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Right side Curry. Puts one up from 19. And again, it's Cleveland.
Kevin, he's definitely making his presence felt here in the first half. He's been very effective so far.
Johnson kicks to Morris. To the middle. And the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got 9 points in the quarter.
I don't think you can say enough about the quarter he's having. Every one of his attempts has gone down.
It's tipped. Guzman passes to Curry. There's 42 seconds left now here in the second. Pass to Smart. Fires for 3. Misses that one. His first miss of the night. 2 for 3. Wizards trail by 13. Out to the wing. Here's Bosniak. And Curry pulls it down.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Here's Roncati, and released it in time, but it's off the mark. And the first half is now in the books. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 13. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, guys, I'm here with Bradley Beal. And Bradley, we've heard Coach stress the importance of rebounding. Is that going to have to be a team effort? In the second half for all 5 players on the court?
Yeah, all five guys. So I think we're too worried about getting out in transition. So I think 1 through 5, including the guards, I know we all got to get in there and rebound.
And we're set to get started again. He's changing it up here. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Johnson is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Jared Sullinger. Then there's Markieff Morris. And it's Beal in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the 4 for the Wizards. Now here's Curry. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Johnson against Curry. Shot clock at 6. In the corner, Smart with it. That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Well, we've had some big guys in the NBA this season that were not afraid to let it fly from deep, and here were the best among them. Number 1, Kevin Love.
And maybe most of the time a coach doesn't want to see his center or power forward drifting away from the hoop, but that's not the case with him.
It most certainly is not. I mean, when your three-point shot is that reliable and that lethal, I mean, you have to use it if you've got a guy on your team that can shoot it like that. Maybe they sacrifice some size in the paint when he goes outside, but they're usually 3 points richer because of it.
Time now for an injury report.
He had some bad news to pass on. He said the injury looks to be a severely sprained ankle. A tough break if he were to miss any time as the playoffs are still getting underway. Everyone hopes to be 100% at this time of year, Kevin.
All right, Doris, we will, of course, keep everyone updated as we find out more.
And you know what? He could have a long road ahead in terms of getting back on the court. But one thing we all know, he's never been shy of hard work.
No, he's not. I mean, he'll be doing everything he can to make it back as soon as possible. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Johnson can't hit. The Cavaliers leading by 4. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Hits the front of the rim and out. Hardaway kicks to Sullinger, and it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game.
That's the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
it's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out. Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
He knocks it down. And we're back to the action. Checked in for Washington. A different look now for Cleveland. Cleveland leading by 18. On the court for Cleveland, Curry, he's in at point guard. Harrison out there with Miller. And it's Dennis in at the power forward position.
And game 3 will go in the record books here. Lots of energy out there tonight, and an important win for the Cavaliers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Kevin Love. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Curry with the steal. Plays it in off the breakaway.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Pass to Harrison. Back to Curry. 5 to shoot. Now the pass to Dennis. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's Washington now. Here's Embiid. Here's Jokic. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Jokic taking 2 shots.
Good on the second free throw. And here is Curry. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this one. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all